So that once conditions, if they do improve to the stage where we can go racing, the track conditions don't take too long to sweep up and clear some of that standing water away. So they're really working round the clock here to keep the track in as good a condition as possible. So once we do get notice that a race start could be possible, that quick restart procedure, that 15-minute start procedure can be commenced.
Yeah, I'm trying to remain up that we can see off in the distance around this magnificent MANDALIKA circuit. At the moment we can't see them, but such is the heavy cloud cover. Authorities and the local organisation, as we said, they're doing their best to keep the fans entertained in the grandstanding crossing.
We've spoken about the passionate support that they have for MotoGP as well. They also take it as a great source of pride as well for MotoGP community in this part of the world. We mentioned earlier on the welcome from the locals here has been they really do live for this stuff.
They're a crowd coming to a MotoGP race in Indonesia on a stunning island like Lombok. They go out into the first night like this is a big windows to a Mexican restaurant where I was being taught in a place where we have moments later this winter a bottle of the kitchen. They will not open before 4 PM local time. Just see there in the foreground, Alex Cribier working, of course, now with DAZN Spanish. We chat with Ernest Rivas, of course, the famous Spanish TV commentator. I think Alex Cribier, actually, if my very hazy memory serves me. Indonesia, I think it was an all-Repsol Honda podium. Yeah, in Sentul. The race was won by Tadayuki Okada from Mick Doohan, with Alex Cribier in third place. So Alex Cribier knows what it takes to get a podium finish around in this part of the world. Finally, better late than never, at least we've got engine fired up in pit lane. Let's hope that bike is going to get ridden in anger at some stage. We're 20 minutes away from the next update. Pit lane will not open before 4 PM local time.
Well, you can see everyone obviously huddled up under the shelter. They've been using that shelter all weekend to really keep themselves out of the sunlight and keep themselves in the shade through practice. Many of them, our colleague Matt Dunn walked down pit and they had fans outside all the pit boxes to try and keep everybody cool. It's certainly been the heat that's been the main challenge provided by the weather this weekend. Of course, that was the cause of the initial delay or the initial shortening of the race distance. Let's head down into pit lane. We've already seen a very relaxed Fabio Quartararo down in pit lane, enjoying some of the scene grandstands. Let's hear the words from his team boss, Mayo Meregali. He's inside.
Mayo, this must be heartbreaking for you, you know, seeing the rider, your rider, come through practice qualifying as the favourite, really, and especially in my eyes, I really thought he was the man to beat. The only one looking like on rails.
Even in Qatar, for me, he looked much better compared to the winter test, and here even more. It's for sure a good and important point for us, because now we can really compare the two rider data during the race weekend, and as you know, one can push the other one, and that's our aim.
Mayo, thank you for your time, and I hope you get...
Yeah, thanks to Simon, thanks to Monster Energy Yamaha team manager Mayo Meregali. It was a real tough start, wasn't it, for the factory Yamaha team, Yamaha in general, a couple of weeks ago over in Qatar. Fabio Quartararo, what a difference a couple of weeks can make. It kind of just shows the unpredictable nature of this year's World Championship. The world champion struggling, 9th place and over 10.5 seconds back of this man in Qatar, yet he comes to a brand new circuit here in Mandalika and has kind of the least of all problems to get, of course, because even if the rain stops, it's not going to dry up sufficiently quickly enough for a dry Indonesian Grand Prix. That sort of expression there, the raised eyebrows from Malaysia Spargaro's crew chief Antonio Jimenez there, the body language as well, hand on hips, kind of sums up where we're at, really, unfortunately, here in Indonesia. Everybody just playing the waiting game and looking skywards and keeping close eyes on the weather radars, the weather technology. Can we glean anything from that little map there as we again look at all the local dignitaries up on. We had a fantastic welcome when we first arrived here in Jakarta. The parade of 20 riders with President Mr. Widodo. It was like rock stars, wasn't it? And this was all part of what we hoped was going to be a really special grid ceremony to kick off the Indonesian Grand Prix. We saw the special grid ceremony for the first time precede the Qatar Grand Prix a couple of weeks ago. It was a real nice new feature. Even though they can't go on the grid and they can't perform out on the circuit, well, the band are still going to play the Indonesian national anthem. So myself and Liz will just pause for a couple of moments. Well, you've got to give credit to the Indonesian authorities here. They're doing everything they possibly can to keep the patient fans, the expectant fans, entertained and occupied as we continue to have this unfortunate rain delay here. The race, of course, should have been over by now. Unfortunately, we're still waiting. We'll take another quick breather as well and soak up what hopefully is the pre-race atmosphere of this marching band.
Aku berdiri jadi pandu ibuku, Indonesia kebangsaanku, bangsa dan tanah airku. Marilah kita berseru, Indonesia bersatu. Hiduplah tanahku, hiduplah negeriku, bangsaku, rakyatku semuanya. Bangunlah jiwanya, bangunlah badannya untuk Indonesia Raya. Indonesia merdeka, merdeka, tanahku, negeriku yang ku cinta. Indonesia merdeka, hiduplah Indonesia Raya. Indonesia Raya, merdeka, merdeka, tanahku, negeriku yang ku cinta. Indonesia Raya, merdeka, merdeka, hiduplah Indonesia Raya.
A rousing and fantastic rendition. Some positive news to bring you as well. It looks like the rain just has started to ease off. Sure, that made the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, didn't it? The band there playing in front of the President, Mr. Joko Widodo. The fans putting their heart and soul into that national anthem as well. What a picture that is. great scenes here. That's why we are so desperate to give these fans the show that they came for, the show that they have bits away from what we hope will be the pit lane opening.
And this is the reason why we have the new 15-minute start procedure in place, the shorter start procedure, is if there is a window in the weather where it does ease off, they want to make the most of it, because of course there's every chance if it does ease off that the rain could intensify once again later on. So a sensible application of the rules where if we do get a little bit of a gap in the weather where we can get a race, and it's important to capitalise on it as soon as we can.
Fans there getting the pictures that they'll cherish for many a year.